In this short video, I will be walking you through using the new Google Drive application. Google Drive allows you to store files in your Google Drive just like you do in your Windows File Explorer. This has been recently updated and we want to show you some of the new features that you may not be aware of. This is a great way to ensure that things on your computer are automatically synchronized with your Google Drive so that you have access to files on any device with an internet connection and where you're logged into your NC State Google account. To get started, go ahead and click on Start, and you're going to scroll down and look for Google Drive. From Google Drive, just click and open it. If nothing appears, in your system tray, click the up arrow and look for the Google Drive icon. If you are not logged into it already, it will appear as a grayed out triangle like this. Click it and then click Sign In. You will be prompted to sign in to your NC State Google account. All right, we're now signed in. You'll be prompted to open your preferences. Let's go ahead and do that now. You can take a tour of the system, which will walk you through all of the features of the Google Drive application. But I'm going to show you a couple of things right now. First, let's start with the Google Drive folder here. You're able to stream files or mirror files. Mirroring files means that everything stored on your drive in the cloud is going to be copied and available offline on your local computer. We don't recommend doing this because you can select individual files or individual folders to synchronize with your computer. We recommend that you stream files, and that means that you'll be able to access these files from an internet-connected computer and open them whenever you need them. Let's click OK. So we're going to do stream files, which is the default setting. Now from here, notice that we can open this up in Windows Explorer. So let's open that up. In Windows Explorer, you will now see a Google Drive, which has your My Drive and Shared Drive folders within it. If you double click on Shared Drives, notice all of the shared drives that you have access to are immediately available. Similarly, with My Drive, you can click on that and access all of your files here. The little cloud icon means that everything has been uploaded into the cloud and is ready for your access online or offline. Let's move a new file into our Google Drive. We can manage Google Drive in the same way that we manage all of the rest of the files and folders on our computer. So if I want to add a new folder in Google, all I can do is right click and select New Folder, and I'm going to call this Proof of Completion. That's already completed. I can click into it, and then I just drag and drop from my desktop. Notice the blue circle icon. That means that the file that I'm moving is uploading into Google Drive. When it's done uploading, it will appear as a cloud. There you go, right on cue. I can now delete this from my desktop, and I have access to it online. It's as easy as that. You can even drag entire folders. In this case, I have a folder with 2 files in it and a subfolder with another file. If I want to move this into Google Drive, all I have to do is drag it into the File Explorer window, and notice it's uploading everything within that file structure. This is an incredibly handy way to manage your files and make sure that you have access to the files that you use regularly in a very easy to access way. Just to give you a sense of how quick it is to open up these files that are streamed to you, I'm going to open up our NC State brick logo. Let's just double click that and notice it opens almost immediately as though it's on my computer. Larger files, of course, may take a little longer, but most files will open almost immediately. You can also open up your Google Docs files, and it will open your default web browser and open that file directly. Again, very easy to use. So that's file streaming with Google Drive and using the Google Drive app right within Windows. Now let's take a look at the My PC tab. This allows you to synchronize individual folders on your local computer with your remote computer. In order to get started with this, click Add Folder. Please note that you're unable to link any of your attached storage like your P drive and have that synchronized with Google. You can also select other folders. Let's navigate to our sample folder, highlight it, and then select Select Folder. Again, we have a chance to sync it with Google Drive, and we can back up to Google Photos if we have photos. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say Sync with Google Drive. Click Done, and notice it's right here. Any changes that are made locally to that folder will automatically upload and have files removed from Google Drive. Let's click Save. All right, let's go ahead and give that a shot. So we put that in our C colon, and we're going to go into sample folder, and let's make another file in here. Let's make another Excel workbook. We're going to call this another new Excel workbook. And that's going to automatically upload. This works a little bit differently. Since these files are stored locally, you'll see a green check mark saying that they have been synchronized online. Now, let's take a look online and see how this looks. I'm going to see a new section called My Computer. See? Computers. This will be named after the computer, so My PC. And notice here's my sample folder with all of my files. Let's say I delete the file that I created. Let's remove this one and move it to the trash. And we're going to rename this one because it has a typo in it. Okay. Now let's go back in here, take a look, and hit refresh. Okay, the item was removed. We get a notification here that it's been removed. We can say OK. And we see that Excel Worksheet now has 2 E's instead of 1. This is a great example of how easy it is to manage your files and folders from both your computer and from within Google Drive. Similarly, we can verify that in My Drive, we have our proof of completion and our document. If at any time you want to change your settings, click in the lower right corner on the up arrow for your system tray, and then right-click on the icon for Google Drive. Click the gear and click Preferences. You can go in here at any time, add additional folders, and you can even review existing folders, and if you uncheck Sync with Google Drive and click Done, it will stop synchronizing that folder. There you go. Again, please use the Stream Files option. Mirror files will fill your hard drive. It can create problems for you down the line. So if you use Stream Files from the Google Drive tab, you'll be in good shape. And you can safely add any of the files and folders that you'd like to back up using the Add Folder functionality. I hope this has helped you out and given you some quick tips on how to better use Google Drive across all your devices.